Hello everybody, sorry for the poor background. Unfortunately, my station isn't like it is at HQ, but we are where we are. I'll be back there soon, don't worry. I'm here to give my reaction to Leeds United 1, Manchester City 3. The Haaland Globetrotters, the Avengers, were back in full force tonight, and I felt that they were in second gear in Manchester City, really. They are just a phenomenal side. They're phenomenal at keeping the ball. They're phenomenal at the back. Their athleticism is ridiculous. They seem to be strong at the back as well as strong in attack and strong in midfield. There isn't a weakness really in this City side, but it was a little bit of a weaker City side when you look at Cancelo maybe been benched, Walker been benched, Phil Foden been benched as well, and Julian Alvarez not being in the City side at all. Listen, I thought in the first half we paid them way too much respect, and that was reflected in the second half for me. The second half we imposed our will a little bit more. We caused them a few problems. This is a Man City side who were caused a lot of problems by Brentford on the last day of the breakup of the World Cup. Brentford got through numerous times with the right balls, the right decision making, and that quality of pass. Leeds aren't a million miles, or shouldn't be a million miles away from Brentford. We've been in the Premier League a year longer than they have, but it just feels, even when you're comparing us and Brentford, that final ball just has a little bit more quality for the London side. Leeds were just not able to get that quality of pass. They weren't able to retain possession in the first half, and I felt a lot of Manchester City's chances were pounced on by Leeds United errors. Mark Rocker was culpable for giving the ball away under no pressure. Zero pressure. Sam Greenwood was doing the exact same thing, and that is where you can't look at Manchester City, because when there's no real press on Leeds United and when it's up to you to pick the right pass and you just boot the ball back to Manchester City, well, you're fighting a losing battle there. And I felt for the first sort of 65, 70 minutes, Leeds were in that mould. We were in the mould of just giving the ball away. As soon as we got it back, gave the ball away. And against the best team in the world, who were in second gear tonight, I felt that is just it's one of those things that has been a continuum for the season, really. Leeds United get the ball back and we hurry continuously. Graham Lasso was saying it on commentary. We hurry relentlessly to get the ball forward as quickly as we can, and we give the ball away, because no team really, unless you have the quality of a Manchester City, is able to move the ball that quickly forward. It doesn't matter if you're going centrally, it doesn't matter if you're going expansively. Moving the ball that quickly forward is extremely difficult for any side. And I know Jesse wants us to play like that, but moving that ball through the transitions and trying to get Leeds from front to back within 4 passes through some of the best teams in the world, I think is extremely difficult and a little bit naive. I think building up from the back and actually having possession of the ball for a certain amount of time is going to open up gaps on the opposition side, and is going to enable Leeds to pick those holes through Brendan Aronson, through Mark Rocker's passing ability. And I felt honestly that Man City were fantastic tonight in terms of possession, but I did also feel that there was moments where we could have got at them, and we certainly did get at them in the second half. However, it was few and far between. I thought City in the first half really could have been 4-5 up. In the second half, Erling Haaland could have had another 3-4 goals, and we know they have quality. But I always say, by Leeds United standards, we need to uphold our values as well and uphold our quality. And I just feel at points we got away with it tonight. Illan Meslier pulled out 2-3 terrific saves. And, you know, the first chance in the first 40 seconds with Erling Haaland peeling off Liam Cooper, I thought had a very poor game. You've got to tighten up a little bit. You've got to be focused. You've got to be concentrating against these top teams. And for me, that lapse in concentration, those lapses in focus is going to unfortunately be what takes Leeds United down, unless they rectify those lapses in concentration and focus. Because it's not only Man City we see these problems against, it's Bournemouth, you know, it's teams in and around us, it's Brentford, you know, it's these teams that we need to, you know, Man City, we're not going to be judged on 3-1 loss to Manchester City, but it seems like when teams have a little bit of rotation, they move players a little bit, you know, they interchange a little bit quicker, they move that ball just a fraction, with a fraction more speed, and Leeds are in serious bother. And that was the same thing under Marcelo Bielsa when it was a man marking system. You move the ball a little bit quicker with Leeds United, they're out of position and gulf appears. And I felt like that was the same the same thing, and that is happening continuously against Leeds United. Tottenham managed to do it in the last 20 minutes of the game where they started finding gaps, and we were lucky not to be 5-6 down at that point when they started teaming forward. Man City tonight, obviously we know they're the best team in the world, of course they are, but when they just start moving the ball a little bit quicker, we saw in the first half against Bournemouth, which stands out to me massively, they started moving the ball extremely quicker towards that 45-minute mark, and Bournemouth could have been 5 up. Fulham did the exact same thing when they won at Ellen Road, if you remember. They started moving the ball quicker in the last 20-25 minutes, and it feels like every time Leeds play, we are galvanised almost for a period of 10 to 15 minutes where the crowd get on top. The Leeds fans are excellent and the players respond a little bit, but this seems to be a continuation every single game. And as I say, I'm not just reflecting it on the Man City game tonight because we're up against the Avengers, the Harlem Globetrotters, but it seems to be reflective of many other games which we should have won so far this season. Leeds try to create moments of chaos, and if the moments of chaos don't work, there is no plan B. Other teams start moving the ball quicker, and it's very, very easy to get through Leeds United. Overall, the result's not bad, but I think when you take it into context, and I think when people maybe take those white tinted glasses off, it probably should have been a lot more. Haaland seemed to do us a few favours tonight. Grealish missed a lot of sitters. Obviously, we'd had a good chance with Gelhardt, but it was very few and far between. I don't know why Leeds didn't start the game a little bit more aggressive with a little less respect for Manchester City. I know they're fantastic, but I feel like I've given them enough plaudits in this video. I felt that they were in second gear a little bit, as I said, and they still could have had 7 or 8 goals tonight, but I did feel they were in second gear, moving the ball very fluidly, a fantastic team to watch. However, Leeds did have moments, but as I said, those 10 to 15 minutes of chaos, everybody, that we have in every single game, it needs to be more than that. It needs to be a controlled period. We need to build up from the back slowly. It doesn't always have to be moments of passing as quick as we can. We need more composure. We need more focus and concentration in these areas where Leeds are going to be able to gain success. At the minute, it's just moments of chaos. And if those moments of chaos, as I've said multiple times in this video, don't come to fruition and we aren't able to gain any success from that, Leeds don't have a plan B, and that is evident. It really, really is. So as I say, the result, not too bad tonight, 3-1 loss. We showed a bit of character in that 10-15 minute spell, and I know I'm going to get people in the comment section because of how Leeds ended the game, saying to me I'm deluded, I'm talking rubbish, we're against the best team in the world. And I'd just like to say to that, I know we're against the best team in the world. I keep saying that in this video, and I just want to specify that because people really pick out certain parts of this video and don't listen to the full thing. I understand that we are against the best team in the world, but this isn't just reflective of this game tonight. This is reflective against Leeds United, against the subpar teams. It's those rotations, it's opposition teams moving the ball a little bit quicker. It's being able to really cut through the central part of our team as well. You know, it's not just them hitting us out wide. We've seen against Bournemouth, we've seen against Fulham, we've seen against Brentford. It's not just out wide that these teams are hurting us. Even when Leeds are playing compactly, they move the ball quite quick. You know, they move the ball 1 touch, 2 touch, and they're able to get through us in those narrow spaces as well, which is what our system is based on. So listen, great performance tonight from Nonso. I thought he was the best player on the pitch. What an upgrade to Dan James he's been, by the way. Absolutely fantastic upgrade. But overall, a disappointing performance from a few Leeds players. I thought Greenwood was I know he got an assist, but you know, if you once again contextualising the full performance, I thought he was giving the ball away way too much. I thought Rocker was one of his poorest performances. Even though Strauch scored, I thought in the first half he was a bit mediocre. But positives, Click came on, he was good, he was moving the ball quickly. Nonso was the standout for me. Rodrigo was nowhere, Aronson was nowhere. As I say, they just seemed to gobble us up, and we were just feeding on little brief moments here and there. But Leeds need to start picking up results. I think we know that, and City was never going to be one that we focused on tonight, but I did feel with them in second gear, you saw towards the end, I just wish throughout the entire 90 we've shown them less respect. And they'd have probably still curated the same amount of chances as they did to us tonight, but we'd have maybe had a little bit more. Listen, City well worth the win. Fantastic side. They're going to go on to probably win the Champions League and the Premier League. So as I say, you have got to take that into context. But I just think by our own standards, we've got to be a lot better. The defensive line has to be a lot better. Individual errors are just abhorrent in this team. I cannot... And someone in the comment section below tell me how many individual errors this Leeds United side has made. over the course of the season so far. We saw for the second goal, Liam Cooper just blindly passing it to Robin Koch. Robin didn't look over his shoulder. I'm blaming them both there. The communication shocking, and an individual error, and just gifting a goal to Erling Haaland. You know, within the first minute, Haaland peeling off Liam Cooper, gifting them a chance. And that's what it is with Leeds United all the time. It doesn't just happen with Man City, does it? It happens with loads of teams in the Premier League, and especially teams near the bottom. We probably see it more because we talk about it more with teams near the bottom. We gift chances. And teams like Man City are going to punish us. But if we continue doing this, we are going to struggle to stay in this division. And as I say, it's not just reflective on the game tonight. This is a whole problem that we know with Leeds United. If we continue to give chances in the best league in the world, we're fighting a losing battle. January editions massively needed for this Leeds side. The depth isn't there. We did miss Tyler Adams tonight, of course we did. But I still think if Tyler Adams was there tonight, we'd have seen the same problems. Sinistera, I still think we'd have seen the same problems, to be quite honest with you. This is a collective problem over the season. And I didn't think we saw a massively different Leeds side tonight than what we have done for the season. So yeah, great character getting back into it. I understand people are going to look at the result and think Leeds were fantastic because we only conceded 3. For me, it probably should have been a lot more. I mean, we know it should have been a lot more. And as I said, that cheeky 5, and maybe we lent Erling Haaland before the game for missing all of those chances, worked in our favour. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you disagree? Do you agree? Guys, have a lovely evening, and yeah, we'll be back with the debrief tomorrow. Cheers.